Hi guys, this is IYRE, and I'm joined here today by Breezy Lee. That's her artist name. Her real name is Breezy. And could you help me with pronouncing your surname?
Yes, so my real name is Breezy Lee Elphalion.
Okay, okay,
It's from Lord of the Rings.
nice. So
Yeah, it
i-
means forever shining star.
that's marvelous. I
So
think this conversation will end up being really interesting because within the first even before we finished the introduction it started getting really interesting. So yeah,
yeah.
I think we met last year, I think around May, I would say,
Mm.
through Johnny
Yes.
and Grant.
Yes.
And I had this track obviously, which was a work in progress, and I wanted someone to do vocals for it because I felt as if there's space for the song to have some vocals. And I
Mhm.
messaged Grant, and he introduced me to you, but he didn't tell me how you guys got in touch. So maybe if you could start
Yeah.
the
Right.
discussion from there.
Um. So a basically a friend of mine, he put up a post on Grant put up a post on Facebook in like the Croydon, a local Croydon group,
Yes.
and a friend of mine who was from Croydon um, tagged me in it and said, "Oh, Breezy, da 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 da,"
Okay.
and then so I was like, "Oh, okay." So I sent Grant a message and was like, "Hi, yeah, I'm a singer, da 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 da," and he got back to me, and yeah, I think I sent him. I can't remember now. I think I sent him like some voice notes
Okay.
or something. I just did a quick recording of some stuff and sent
Nice.
it to him. He was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
cool, that's wicked." And then he was talking about you and sent over that demo, and it was wicked. So yeah, it was. So that's how I met. But then it turns out that we actually knew loads of the same people because I was around in Croydon, kind of raving at the Black Sheep Bar. We all kind of knew the same people. I live in Scotland now,
Okay.
but we know loads of the same people. So it was really nice, like a weird roundabout way of actually kind of getting involved with people that I'd probably met quite a few times before many years ago in Croydon. How
Yeah.
did you how did you meet Cron?
That was basically in 2020, and
This okay.
I was just starting to pitch my music to a few labels. And
Uh-huh.
while I was doing my research, because obviously me being a fresh artist, I had to do my research and pick and choose between labels that I want to send my music to. And
Yeah.
I came about a guy called Winslow, who was signed to Goldfat, and he had his debut EP through Goldfat as well. And I heard it, and I immediately felt as if Goldfat would be a nice place for my music,
Yeah.
and because the styles coincided, and I felt as if the sonics were pretty much similar in terms of what Winslow had released and what I was making at that time. So I just sent
Yeah.
him an email. I think it was for the demo Dropbox, which rarely gets checked, by the way. And I just sent it
Yeah, right.
and just minded my own business for long 3 months, I would say. And then suddenly he replies after 3 months.
Yeah.
He is told that the track was really good, but at the time he told me that the track wasn't the best fit for the label. So he decided to put me in touch with another artist called Pixies. I don't know if you're familiar, Marisa.
Right.
So she's signed to Goldfat as well. So she has her own imprint called Headspace, which basically focuses on helping out institutions that focuses on mental health and mental well-being.
Right.
It's a charity compilation, a series that continues to this day. So basically released that song with them, and I asked Grant if he wants to. There's one more song. Would you be kind enough to check it out? And then I sent this song, which was called Fragments, and then he liked it, and
Yeah,
that's how I got it into
yeah,
the label. Basically, had no connections whatsoever, but we're best friends now.
amazing. It's
um,
great, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you
I think
know,
it's amazing to be, you know, this whole connection, Sri Lanka, Scotland, Croydon,
yeah.
you know, it's South London. It's quite mind
I
blowing,
think it's the wonder
really.
of the internet, I would say. I mean, it's
Yes,
three unlikely
yeah,
places getting together and creating art at the end of the
yeah,
day. Yeah.
yes. And in
And
the middle of some crazy stuff happening.
exactly, exactly. The
So,
world is on
yeah,
flames right now, and even in Sri Lanka, it's really
yes,
bad right now, the situation.
yeah,
But still, we make art through the internet. So thank you, internet.
yeah, yes, yes. And thank you, artists
Yeah, of course.
like
Thank you,
yourself.
artists.
Because, you
Um,
know,
so how were you? How did you come into the music business? What's your background in terms of
I,
how were you inspired to pursue music as a career?
so I come from a musical family. My parents were punk musicians,
Nice.
and I grew up in Brixton, which is it's in South London,
Yes.
and it's like I was kind of like it was very like Caribbean. I was completely like surrounded by sort of sound system music, jungle. Like I still jungle is my absolute like. If somebody puts on jungle, I cannot not dance. Simple
Yes.
as that. Actually, it goes the same for drum and bass. But jungle, like me and my whole family, if jungle comes on, the Orphalians lose their shit. They lose their minds. They go crazy. So I was been around music. I've been around music, and I've been writing since I was, you know, since I could properly write. Since I was 10, 11 years old, I started writing poetry.
Wow.
Um, and I've always sung. And then when I was 14, I went to the Brit School. I don't know if you've heard of the Brit School.
Hmm.
It's in Croydon. It's a performing arts school, and it's free.
Okay.
It's a free
Okay.
performing arts school,
Okay.
and that was just amazing. You know, I had Amy Winehouse in my year, and lots of other
Oh.
amazing people have come out of that school. Loads of big names, Adele, da 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 da, but loads of also like not massively well-known artists, but just so much creativity. So that was really great. And then I was in Croydon, and then it was dubstep was coming out with the Black Sheep Bar. So I've been involved with a lot of dubstep, and been around, and now do quite a lot of vocals for dubstep releases. And I also had a funk and soul band for like, we had a 9-piece funk and soul band. And so we were around for like, I think 8 years. So I did that. I was really heavily concentrated on that for 8 years. And then, yeah, it's just constant. And then I went solo and did loads of different solo kind of collaborations. I've collaborated with Scottish dub bands called Samson Sound. Yeah, and then when I moved to Scotland, I started working with a company who we talked about before, which is Ocean All Over, which is like kind of crazy costumes, like amazing architectural
Very futuristic.
costumes, and we perform. Yeah, like really quite psychedelic. Like you
Yeah.
won't miss us. Like you couldn't miss us.
Definitely not.
And so we no. And so we started our newest show, which I've been writing for, which it's been our first electronic. So we've been using drum and bass, like producers like Mako, dubstep producers, Pinch, Silky, those guys. And so we take a great big sound system. Like this weekend, we're going to Cairngorms, which is like this amazing nature reserve in Scotland. We turn up with the rig, turn up with the dancers and the costumes, and I do the songs that come from the poetry. So yeah, it's, long story short, sorry, waffling on. Music has always been, it's always been in my life. I've always sung. I couldn't not do it. I can't not do music. I can't not sing.
I think by now it's basically a part of who we are as people.
Absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
if that common element, which is music, is taken away from us, I would not think that we would be ourselves. We would be very much different.
I don't think I would survive. I don't think I would survive.
It's
It
pretty
has
much the
been,
same as well.
you know, it's, yeah, absolutely. So how long, because I don't, how long have you been producing for?
So in terms of production, I guess it would be 10 years for this year.
Yeah.
So I started with dubstep as well. So by 2011,
right.
so by 2011 we just
Yeah,
had
right. Okay.
that was the booming era of dubstep with Skrillex
Absolutely.
coming
That was
into the
when it went
picture.
worldwide.
Exactly, with Skrillex coming into the
Yeah.
picture with this whole new sound.
Yeah.
So I was caught
Yeah.
up in that wave as well. So I started with dubstep, and in
Wow.
2014, I heard Pendulum,
Yeah.
which is obviously one of the greatest drum and bass acts out there right now.
Yeah.
So then I was inspired to make drum and bass.
Tarantula.
Yeah, holy shit.
I love that. I've got that CD in my
Yeah.
car.
Hold Your Color. I think that's probably the best work to date.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So the first song I heard was Watercolor, and something immediately just snapped inside my mind. I think it would have been the case that the music resonated with me so much, because I was looking at different avenues, because I was fed up by 2014 with the same sound being rinsed all over again, because obviously
Yeah.
The sound, the dubstep sound that was initially created in the UK was a little bit commercialized, I would say, when it moved to US.
Oh, absolutely. By the time Skrillex came out, I mean, there's different opinions in the dubstep world about kind of what happened there with that.
But then again, the sound started getting a little bit, what I can say, it was being rinsed way too much. The same sound being used.
Yes, absolutely.
Way too much.
It was everywhere. Every festival you went to, it was like that sound, that Skrillex sound was there, and everybody, people going back, but it did get a bit.
It's really cool when you hear it for the first time, but then it starts to get really boring, because it's the same sound basically being rinsed over. So I was looking for an opportunity to get out of the sound and pursue something new, something fresh. And that was the time when I ran onto drum and bass. And I've never heard about the genre before, because I'm from Sri Lanka, obviously.
Wow.
I had no idea about the existence of a genre called drum and bass.
So there's no drum and bass raves?
Nothing. It's absolutely zero.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Wow. I'm yet to experience my first drum and bass gig.
No! I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's right, basically this is the only time. This is the only way that I'm experiencing drum and bass right now. Wow. I'm yet to experience it on a huge system. Which is sad, but then again, that's what life it is, right?
I have to be there when you go to your first rave. You have to make sure that I am there. I'm making sure I want to be there.
I would go bonkers. I would die, honestly.
That's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So that's basically how I got into.
Start a GoFundMe page to get IYRE to his first drum and bass rave. You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
We need you to rave. I mean, it's the sacrilege. What the hell?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I know.
And then you create this amazing music. You know, this absolutely amazing music.
It's basically.
Have you ever been to a rave yet?
I haven't. I mean, I've played drum and bass here about a couple of times, but
Yes.
it's not what it is that you guys are experiencing in the UK with huge
Yeah.
systems and huge
Yeah.
arrays, which is not what we have
Yeah.
right
When it
here.
makes your nose vibrate,
Yeah.
like it makes your nose vibrate, like your whole being vibrate.
Yeah.
I went to a party actually in Brighton, and Mr. Porter, our good friend, he was emceeing there,
Okay.
and some friends of mine were also emceeing upstairs in the dubstep rave, and so it was dubstep and drum and bass, 2 rooms, and it was the first rave that I had been to post this pandemic,
Okay.
and the joy was just overwhelming. It was just like to feel, because you feel it, you like feel it in
Yeah.
your whole body. So we need you to feel that. We've got to get you to a rave.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
starting
see
a
how it
campaign.
works. Let's see how it works.
Irie
I'm
needs to rave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working hard on it as well. So hopefully, I'll get to see you guys in person and hang out with you guys and go to a
Yeah,
rave. Let's see.
absolutely. And
So
then we need to get
basically,
a sound system going in Sri Lanka as
yeah,
well.
we don't have sound
Yeah,
systems per se. It's a very different scene here. It's basically
right,
people providing you with sounds, but we don't have the sound system culture that you guys have.
right.
So it's basically someone throwing a party and then you go to a vendor and then you
Yeah,
get their sounds and it's very normal. We don't have the sound system culture that you guys have,
yeah,
that has history behind that particular sound and that sound system.
yeah.
That is not existent. I don't think that's even existent in India either. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, so India is our neighbor,
Yeah.
which is basically, we are
I
basically,
mean, they have the full moon parties and stuff, don't they?
they do. So they have
Like
a
Goa and stuff
they
like
have
that. So
a very I would say, I think the scene in India is very much developed compared to what we have here. They have a good techno scene, and then they have a good psytrance scene, which is
yeah,
very huge in India. With
yeah,
obviously with the Hindu culture being a
yeah,
part of the music that is being put out as well. And Goa, for example,
yeah,
a huge destination for psytrance lovers, and in certain cases
yeah,
psychedelic kind of drum and bass as well. And if you move towards Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, so those are the prime cities that are very famous for electronic music.
right.
And I'm actually speaking with a lot of fellow Indians right now as well, because I want to understand the ecosystem that they have in
Yeah,
India, so that maybe I can see how I can maybe replicate the same in Sri Lanka as well.
yeah.
It's in the future, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Oh well, keep at it. The world needs it right now.
Yeah,
We
most
need more.
definitely.
We need more. We need more parties. We need more dancing. We need more people getting
Yeah.
together. We need more sub bass. I mean,
Yeah. We
it's
need heart wrenching subways.
yes. This is what the world needs now.
Oh.
Is big fat bass.
Can we make so can we make a song out of that? That's a
Yeah,
very
we'll
catchy
do
hook.
it. We'll do it.
So how was the creative process behind Light of Hope? You had the
Oh my gosh.
instrumental, but what was the direction that you took to write the
When
beautiful?
I got the instrumental,
Yeah.
when it was actually like easy. It was absolutely easy, because it was like, as like, sometimes I have to work if I get sent a song. Sometimes I have to work at it and I'll have to write a thing. So I had written a poem already.
Okay.
I write words. I just write words with no melody, just these words. And I sort of like, I heard the tune, and it was like I just opened my book, and it was like, oh, there's this poem, and it was easy. The melody, it just came out. It was just like, there it is. that's it wasn't, you know, that was it. That is what this piece of writing was for this tune. Here comes the melody. Thank you very much. You know, it was really, really natural. It was fantastic.
What
I just loved it.
inspired you to what kind of an emotion inspired you to write those words that you mentioned?
It was kind of a bit of a rally call for hope and not giving up. You know, it was written. I guess it was written privately to my partner. Not that not that I ever sort of read it to him, but it was written for him from me.
Because I felt, and I'm pretty sure Grant agrees with me as well. I felt very genuine instead of the expression that you wanted to put out through the singing, through the writing, which is why I asked this question in particular, because I felt that you were writing from here instead of
absolutely
just putting out.
It wasn't a case of, oh, I'm writing some words to fit a song. It was like those words mean a lot. Like I mean those words very much, and I think, I just think that there's a kind of meant to be within it. It worked, and also it's like the light of hope. Like we so fucking need that at the moment. So I do think it's one of those serendipitous kind of, it was all
Most
so
definitely.
natural that it's meant to be. That's it.
And honestly, so I had to go. If you recall the instrumental, there's a huge breakdown, a certain orchestral section.
Yes.
That you would say, and I felt as if we were meant to meet, because the way you handled that breakdown in particular with all the ad libs and all the backing vocals was amazing. That blew my mind. That I think when you sent the demo, the first time I heard I think it was the first 4 bars. So Grant sent me the link, and I was listening to the first 4 bars, and I sent him a text saying, yes, this is it. Right away. I didn't even check. I promise you, I didn't even check the rest of the song, and I told him I want the stems right now. That was the second. That was the second message I sent him. This is really great. I want the stems right now. Ask her to send me the stems.
But that's what I mean. Felt easy, like for me as a vocalist, when you sent back what you had done with the vocals, it was like I was just so relieved because it was so fucking great. You had treated them so well. Like often I get things back and I'm like, I have to to and fro. It's like a high five.
No, I was actually raising my hand. I did very minimal to your voice. I'll tell that openly. I did very minimal to your voice. I put a little bit of tuning. That's about it. I didn't manually tune anything. It's basically you and a lot of reverb. That's it. It was all your voice. I had very minimal treatment to be done.
That worked for me.
Yeah.
When I got it back, I was like, yes, this is fucking
just
brilliant.
Putting it out there.
And the placing and everything as well.
Just putting it out there because I want you guys to understand how phenomenal her vocals are. Just putting it out there. It's very easy to treat her vocals if you're a producer. So ask her to be on your tunes right away.
Okay.
It's very easy to work with. And she actually sent me 2 versions of the song as well. There were two versions of the song, so I ended up using both of them because there were bits and pieces that I took from version 2 as well. This the first version that has been put into the song, but I took a fair bit of ad libs and a little bit of phrases here and there from version 2 as well.
But you did that so well. That was the thing. You did that because I sent you quite, I sent you basically like
Yeah.
2 long
Yes.
takes. I did them
Yeah.
in like one take and sent you long takes, and you cut those up, and it was just done. It was just done so well. Like your ear is so good for for vocals, and that is a different talent. Not every producer, electronic music producer, has that
I think
as a skill.
I think it's something
So
to
I
do
was
with.
tough.
I think it's something to do with understanding the genre and the sonics of the genre. Because obviously, drum and bass is a genre which is obviously focused around drums and bass, but at the same time, the instrumental and the vocals has to take 50-50. Neither the vocals or the instruments can outrun each of the elements. It has to stand 50-50. If you're using vocals on a certain phrase, then you need to leave the other phrase for the music.
Yeah.
So it was basically it was just me playing around the stems and figuring out what needs to be used, and maintaining the balance between music and the vocals. We I think towards the second drop, I've used your voice as effects, like an effect, as opposed to using it as the main headline on the track. And there's ad libs running behind the basses that have been introduced, and then on the third phrase your vocals come into the limelight again. So it's just basically mixing and matching between vocals and music. I had to ensure that I do the best justice, best I can do in terms of how I want to portray a voice, because those stems are like gems. They're very valuable because they were that much perfect. Trust me, guys. If there's any chance that I can show you the raw vocal takes, I'll show them to you. That much great. So I wanted to ensure that I've captured all the essence of her voice, and the amazing ad libs that she has introduced to the song. So I think we finally were able to crack the code. I think we're getting we're getting a premiere on Drum&Bassarena as well. So we're really excited about that as well. I think that's debuts for both of us. That's the first time that we're going to be featured on Drum&Bassarena.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a huge win for both of us.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And what are your future plans? What are you up to these days? I've been seeing that you're touring the world with Oceans All Over.
Yeah, we're doing that. We've got a lot of releases coming out. I've set up a record label called Breezy Lee Records.
Nice.
So yeah, it's nice. It's a lot of work.
I'm just going to put it on record.
Hello. There you go. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good to go. Okay. So we were talking about your future plans. What's going on right now?
Yes. Yes, so loads is going on. I've got a new EP coming out, my first solo EP. So we are doing, it's very serendipitous. We're doing the same thing at the same kind of time.
Yes.
That's coming out on Revolve Records. And it was produced by these guys called Quake Bass and Wooloo, who are amazing. You should check out some of Quake Bass productions, actually, IYRE, because they're pretty good. And I've got so that's coming out 3rd of June. It's coming out for pre-release, and I've got a few remixes on there. I've got a remix by Benny Ill from Horsepower Productions. 5-1. I think you would really, if you should check out 5-1. I think you would like his.
Is there any space for me to do a remix?
Well, I want you to get involved on this Ocean Over, because this is done now. This has been sent off. I'm going to get the final in 14 weeks.
Nice.
So this has been a long time. We've been doing this project since 2018. Like, it took so long. There's been so
Wow.
many stop start.
Yeah.
So it's finally all there. But you can do a remix anytime. I want to do another track with you. I want to do some Ocean All Over stuff.
Of course. Yeah, you've been telling me. I have a few instrumentals that I can send your way.
Yes,
And
Reptile.
I kind of feel as if there's space for me to maybe revisit dubstep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because
Good.
I was religiously
Definitely.
watching what you've been posting on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I can only picture myself making dubstep.
Right. Okay. Well, that's all
So
right.
let's
Oh,
see
well,
where.
I need to send you a Reptile,
Yeah, that's right.
and
So
then you'll have to. Yeah, I need
yeah,
to send you a Reptile, and then you take
exactly.
some inspiration.
Just send me what you can, so
Yeah.
I can definitely start working on that. And I have a few instrumentals that are being worked on right now as well. So this
Great.
is not the only time that we're going to work, ending
Yes.
up working together.
So then
Obviously,
you'll have Lizardly Records released then.
yes,
I'll get that
yes.
sorted. Good.
Yes, most definitely.
Great.
And I'm waiting till you assign me a reptile so that I can start working on.
Ah, yes. Okay, right. I'll get that
Yes.
in the post. I'll give you a Reptile and a poem.
Yeah.
To,
So whoever is watching, you guys just go and check Oceans All Over on Instagram, and you're
yeah.
going to get your minds blown.
It's
Which is why I
pretty
keep telling
random.
that we were meant to meet,
Yeah.
because this EP is very futuristic as well, and the
Yeah.
song that we did together is very futuristic. The sounds that
Yeah.
we've used and the other songs that are on the EP, it's very sci-fi driven, and there's a lot of elements that have been borrowed from the Blade Runner low as well.
Yeah. Oh, I love
um,
that.
and if you look at Oceans All Over on
Ocean All
Instagram,
Over. Yeah.
you would definitely be able to pick that sci-fi vibe out of it. It's very
Absolutely.
futuristic,
Yeah.
from the makeup to the costumes that have been designed and the stage displays, and the dancers, the
So you're
music.
going to have to then come and do a live show with us,
I
and we'll
would
get you in some
definitely
costume.
I would definitely love to be a part of
Yes.
that, because that looked really amazing. And
Yeah.
I was kind of sad because obviously me not being in a position to be able to see it live instead of seeing it through Instagram or Facebook. I feel as if
Yeah.
seeing it live would have been a much better experience. But we'll see. We will work towards that. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully, I'll be able to meet you
Well,
guys
maybe
one
we
day.
can come to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Maybe we can come. Yeah. Well, Alex, my partner who runs Ocean All Over, he went to Sri Lanka quite some years ago now, but
Okay.
he did a show. Ocean All Over did a show in Sri Lanka. I'll have to find
Wow.
out. Yes, so they have been there. It was it was only a couple of them that could go,
Okay.
but they definitely went and did a show in Sri Lanka.
So
We'll get something sorted.
exactly. So just walk me through the process. Is Oceans All Over a production company, a theater company, or a
It's
costume
kind of
designer,
hard to.
or is it, or do they have everything in house?
So Ocean All Over essentially is a guy called Alex Rigg.
Okay.
He designs and makes all of the costumes. He writes all the poetry that then gets turned into song. We have an amazing team of dancers that come in, and they all create the choreography for that together, but it's kind of led by Alex and his kind of vision of what he's got a whole method of coming up with choreography, and it's very much nature inspired. So there's always elements of the natural world and what he sees around him. So that essentially is Ocean All Over, and then we have a team who are just fantastic. The dancers.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of heading up the music for this Ecdysis in Vivo project, And so we've collaborated then. So it's a big collaboration process as well. You know, he's the head. Alex Rigg is kind of the brains of the operation and drives it all creatively. And then it's very collaborative in terms of who we bring in. So we've been working with a guy called Sergeant Pokes, who's an MC. And then, you know, as I said before, like people like Pinch and Sepia and Lost and Silky and Mako and all of these amazing music producers. So yeah, it's a yeah.
So you guys, I saw that you guys very recently toured US as well. So is it a tour cycle, or are you guys?
So we didn't tour the US. We're working in collaboration with some people in New York.
Okay.
So we're looking at going back to New York. Actually, we just secured the funding.
Okay.
Woohoo! Thank you, Creative Scotland. So we're going to go back to New York, and we're working with some people out there, and we're working with Joey Arias, who's an amazing drag queen. I mean, she is the goddess. She is the drag queen of New York, in my humble opinion. So we're going to be going out there to do that, and then we're looking at possibly going to Florida and LA and anywhere really, like anywhere that will have us. We will venture. So maybe Sri Lanka as well.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it could work, because if you guys have been here before as well, I'm going to do my research and figure out the people who have been a part of that operation. And
so what's next for you? Like, this EP is coming out, it's on pre-release, it's about to be out. What's next
for me?
What's other than making a tune with me again, obviously.
That, of course, that's something that is by default is going to happen anyway. That's very organic right now, and that is going to happen inevitably very, very soon, because I have music that can be sent out.
Yes.
And in terms of the future, it's not very clear right now, because there's a few things which are being worked out, which I'm not allowed to speak about, I would say. So there's a few things that are being worked on right now, but I'm just focused on making as much as music as possible, and hopefully to see if I can come to UK, because that would be the dream, because I obviously want to be a part of the community and the culture. And right now I've survived for almost 2 years through the internet, but I feel as if there has to be some sort of a closer proximity, so that I can connect with you guys, not just through the internet, but face to face, because I feel as if that would be the icing on the cake of this whole relationship and the ecosystem that I've been a part of. So that's one of the priorities that I have right now. But other than that, it's just me making music that makes me happy.
And makes everybody else happy, it seems, as well.
That's that I mean, that's the icing of the cake, isn't it? I mean, if we are happy with what we do, and if the people if the people like what we do in return, then that would be the icing of the cake.
Absolutely.
Oh,
good.
I mean,
I'm excited.
I'm really excited as well. I can't wait to catch what Oceans All Over are going to do next, and hopefully we'll make that collaboration work as fast as we can.
We absolutely will.
I will wait patiently for you to decide the reptile that would be assigned for the track.
Right, I'm gonna send Alex a message now and be like,
nice.
Give him a reptile. So I think Alex was looking at trying to find out what reptiles are local to you. Actually, that was what
I could maybe assist you in that sense, because there's a few endemic reptiles in Sri Lanka, so I might be able to assist you guys with
because then if you've got some, then he can write. He'll do some research and write a poem.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would try to emulate the behavior of the reptile, I would say, if it's a fast moving animal or a slow moving animal, if he hunts at night or if he hunts in the dark, where the animal resides, so on and so forth. Just build my story around the animal and let's see where we land.
Right, okay. Sri Lankan reptile then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Oh, it's fantastic.
And yeah, so this is basically us hanging out for almost 1 hour, and this is unscripted as well. We didn't get.
Yeah, it's amazing.
There's
like
no
my
questions.
dodgy internet in Scotland has held out. I'm pretty. The kids are off the internet, so
Nice.
they'll be eager to get back on. You're in Sri Lanka. It's God knows what time is it there.
It's 12:30 here, but it's
Right.
okay. We go to sleep late anyway. But yeah, that's basically, this is basically two friends hanging out from two corners of the world to the internet.
Yeah.
And we didn't prepare any questions. This is just on top of our heads, just two friends having a discussion. So hope you guys enjoyed what we did, and hopefully me and Breezy get to make more music into the future.
Yes.
And
we get you to your first rave. Oh my
Hopefully.
God, I feel like it's my new life mission.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully.
I have to be there. No, it's going to happen. Like, it's going to be. I just need to make sure I'm there for it, because I really want to be there.
Hopefully.
Your first sub-bass speakers.
Yeah.
Vibrating notes.
I would cry.
Yes. Oh, I will cry if you cry. We're all going to be fucking crying.
Yeah, most definitely.
Start GoFundMe. Let's have a cry rave. We're all going to cry rave. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. So the Light of Hope EP is coming on 27th of May, and it's named after the title track, which is Light of Hope, and which also features the mesmerizing vocals of Breezy Lee. So it is mesmerizing, so I'm not sugarcoating anything. So
it's pretty fucking cool. I'd say everybody should go and buy it so we can all cry rave together.
Exactly. So hopefully it's going to be out on 27th of May through Goldfat Records. So make sure you guys cop the EP. It's on pre-save right now.
Yes, pick up.
We're going to post the links everywhere we can muster. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening in, and we hope to catch up very soon after we release Light of Hope, hopefully with a new song. So yeah. That's the future plan for both of us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was bloody lovely.
Yeah.